Hello, I'm Carlin Kay. Happy Sunday afternoon. It's a beautiful day, and there's a lot to be thankful for. I know that a lot of people's hearts are really heavy. Oh, first, hold on. Like my hat, like my earrings. I am culturally misappropriated today because I can be, because I like it. And isn't cultural misappropriation the most stupidest thing you've ever heard? I agree. So, culturally misappropriate all you want. Besides, I mean, if it looks good on you, why not? Right? If you can pull it off, why not? Do it. So, I'm Carlin Kay, your average, ordinary, everyday, friendly neighborhood brown person. Say that 10 times. Average, ordinary, everyday, friendly neighborhood brown person. Average, everyday, ordinary, average, everyday, ordinary, friendly neighborhood brown person. So people are still having a hard time with the election. But you know what? It ain't over till the fat lady sings, right? It's not over. It's easy when you start watching the news to get caught up and start believing them. And it's easy to do that because, I mean, we're supposed to be able to believe the news, but unfortunately over the years they've proven that they are the most untrustworthy mechanism. You can't trust the news. Even Fox News. I don't do Fox News anymore. I do Newsmax or One American News or gosh, there's another one. It's at the tip of my tongue. I can't think of it. Epoch Times. Anyways, evangelicals are really hopeful, but at the same time, a lot of Christians, a lot of believers are really heavy-hearted, and I know what you're going through. I know what you're feeling because November 5th, I was there. I felt like I was in a dark place. And that sounds dark. I was just very sad. But I'm hopeful too, because He always has the most incredible way of showing up when we least expect it. Meaning Moses, when the Lord parted the Red Sea for the Israelites, they had no idea that that's how God was going to show up. Right? How about the three boys in the furnace? Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego. They had no idea the angel of the Lord, Jesus, was going to be in that furnace with them. Do you see what I'm saying? Or when Daniel was thrown in the den with those hungry, starving lions, Daniel didn't know that the Lord was going to show up that way, right? What I'm trying to say is, yes, we want Trump to be reelected. We want him to have another 4 years. We want a second term. He is the parallel or the equivalent to Cyrus the Great in Isaiah 45. I think it was Isaiah 45. When I read that, my jaw dropped. Right before the 2016 election, people were saying, Isaiah 45, and they were making a correlation because President Trump is the 45th president. So when I read Isaiah 45, I was like, jaw dropped in awe. I was like, wow. But there was a little part of me that was like, God, that just sounds too good to be true. And then he got elected, and everybody hoped it, but nobody really expected it. I didn't expect it. So what I'm saying is, put your hope in the Lord, not in President Trump, because no one has power except for what the Lord gives them. President Trump can't do anything except for what the Lord allows him to do. And that goes with everybody. That even goes with the devil. Remember that. God is in that much control. Now, having said that, if God is going to show up in a different way, and it's not in the way that we want, and let's admit it, it's what we want. It's our will that we want. Let's be honest. If God doesn't show up in the way that we want him to, we're going to have to admit and confess that we've had some pride, and we've wanted our own way and not his way. But the bottom line is if God doesn't show up that way, in the way that we want, he's still going to show up, and everything is going to be as planned by God's purpose and will, and we're going to be all right. And when I say we're going to be all right, I'm not saying we're not going to suffer any hardships, or we're not going to suffer the repercussions of a socialistic agenda with Biden-Harris. I'm just saying that as believers, we're the bride of Christ. We're the church. In the end, we'll be okay. And if it doesn't turn out our way, like I said in my November 5th video, we need to love God's will. I'm still rooting. I'm still rooting that President Trump will be our country's next president. And God knows it. God knows what we all want. He knows what we're praying for. But let's just put our eyes where it really belongs, and that's on God. I was going to say something else, and it just left me. I love getting old. So I hope this video blesses you in some way, to know that you're not the only one feeling like this. There's so many others. This morning I wrote a post, this morning or last night, and posted on Facebook and some of the other platforms. And what prompted me to write it is because I've been hearing Biden, I guess he's making speeches and statements about wanting to unify this country, and how now it's time to heal. All the stuff that puppet presidents say, puppet candidates say, it's the same old stuff regurgitated over and over again. And if I'm going to be honest with people, then I have to say that I can't be united with someone or some people who voted against me. You see, this election was not necessarily about Trump versus Biden or Democrats versus Republicans, lower taxes versus higher taxes. It's about freedom pushing back on encroaching socialism. Somebody asked me, well, what is socialistic about Biden's platform? Well, if he's going to return Obamacare back to what it was, especially that individual mandate that Trump did away with, that is a taking away of our freedom, of our choice to choose what's best for us. And funny, I say that, the freedom to choose what's best for us, but yet all y'all on the left who don't like us because we support Trump, y'all are saying the very same thing about us. Whatever your platform is, you're saying that we're trying to stop you from living your life. Sorry, that's BS. I'm sorry. You believe the lie. But this election was about freedom versus socialism, and it's coming. You can watch all the videos on Camel Hairs, the things that she said about gun control. Or when they start doing federal mandates on lockdowns because of COVID. I digress. I'll start running away and making up scenarios that could happen, but I don't want to go there. Anyways, if you voted against me, and I voted against you, but if you voted against me, then you voted against my freedoms and the freedoms of my children and my grandchildren. And I can't be united with that. I can shake your hand. I can smile and say good morning. I can work with you. I could be your neighbor, live next door to you. I can help you when you need assistance. I can pray for you and wish for good things for you. Even if you hate me, even if you cuss me out, I can still do all that. But I can't be united with someone who voted against my freedoms. And you know who you are. Okay, let's get a little intimate here. Those of you that are in my circle, maybe people I work with, maybe people I see on occasion, I don't fault you per se for voting who you voted for, but if you did, I'm going to look at you and I'm going to think that person voted for something, for a system that will strip my children and grandchildren of their freedoms, and I will never forget that. And I'm just being really honest with you. And I don't blame you if you feel the same way. You can't travel north and south at the same time. You can't fight for freedom and control at the same time. You can't fight for freedom and then give up your freedoms. Light and darkness can't exist at the same time. So I actually don't know how to be united. I mean, and when I say united, I it's like we're not even, it's like we're not even the same Americans. I mean, if you voted for anything other than freedom, even if it's a modified form of socialism, it's like you're not even American. Yeah, you're an American citizen. We live on the same soil, but you don't have the American spirit. Is that harsh? Yeah, it is. But it's the truth. And it's definitely how I feel. So it's mine. So things are going to the Supreme Court tomorrow. Kind of sad that it had to go this far. But I know you guys don't think that there's any hanky-panky going around, you know, at the polls. But why wouldn't there be? You guys didn't accept Trump when he won by a landslide, and have been trying to get him out of office before he was even inaugurated. And then all the hokey pokey investigations you guys put him through. Why wouldn't we believe that you would cheat? Somebody said if there's a will to win it, then there's the will to cheat it. Did I say it right? I probably didn't. If there's a will to win, then there's a will to cheat. That's kind of disappointing, but almost human nature at the same time, right? And then I saw a post earlier today where another woman was praising Kamala Harris for breaking down doors. Oh, women could be whatever they want to be now because Kamala Harris broke down doors, kicked down doors. What door did Kamala Harris kick down? What did she kick down that hasn't already been kicked down? If you guys know Kamala Harris's, if you know her history, then you know her relationship as a young prosecuting attorney and her relationship with Willie Brown in California. She didn't do anything incredible. Oops, I'm pulling up my bed shoes. That's why I'm leaning over. My feet are cold. She didn't do anything incredible. I mean, what she did was what the oldest profession in the world is. I was going to say she slept her way to the top, but that's cruel, and I shouldn't say that. But I guess it did, so I'm sorry, and I can't take it back. I can't unsay it. I take it back, but I can't unsay it. Okay, I'm sorry. But Kamala Harris, she's a senator, okay, and she runs for president. She's in the primaries, and she's in the Democratic presidential debate. Even President Trump said she was mean to Joe Biden. She clobbered him, called him a racist. Said earlier that she believed he committed sexual assault on Tara Reade. So, in a debate, she calls Joe Biden a racist. And then only garnered 2% of the Democratic support, and then drops out of the race before she reaches the Iowa caucus. You guys didn't even want her. You guys didn't even want her on the ticket. At 2% support? And then Joe Biden. See, this is the swamp of politics, is that Joe Biden would say, Kamala, would you be my VP? And she goes, oh, yes, anything for you, Joe. How does that make sense to you guys? If you were to say, we know, but we just don't like Trump, I could understand that because you guys hate him that bad. I can understand that. But the fact that you guys, that's what you guys really wanted, I just don't buy that. I don't believe it. I think the Democratic machine rammed that in, and you guys are like, okay, thank you. And now women are celebrating that Kamala Harris did such a wonderful thing. Sorry, she didn't do doo-doo. She did doo-doo. All she did was have a vagina and darker skin. I'm sorry, that was crude, but that's true. That's all she had. So you tell me, what doors did she kick down? What did she do for every other woman? Nothing. She didn't do anything. Who was the first woman that ran for VP years ago? Oh, shoot. She's got dark hair. Short hair. Starts with an F. Ferraro? I'll have to look it up. I'm sorry. Ferraro? She ran. Might have been somebody else before her. But still. She didn't do anything. She didn't do anything. And you guys are praising her like she's some hero to all women. She's not my hero. There are other women that have kicked down doors. Other women. If you wanna get behind a woman and applaud her for doing things never done before, I mean, like actually doing things, like actually, she literally shoveled her own road to get to where she needed to be. You want to praise somebody? Well, start with Wendy Williams, the radio host, black woman, lived in her car for a while she was trying to make it. Oprah Winfrey. She grew up in Kosciuszko, Mississippi. I drove by her dirt road on the way to the hospital, to the clinic for my prenatal care appointments when I was pregnant with my fourth son. Oprah Winfrey Road. Those are women that you could applaud. And I don't agree with Oprah. But I can't ignore that she's freaking rich and influential, not to me, but to others. You know, Kamala Harris did nothing. Absolutely nothing. You could almost say it was just sheer luck that she ended up on the ticket. And then now she's way up there. Probably gonna be president, because Biden won't last that long. I mean, I hope nothing happens to Biden, but let's be real. So that's where we're at today. It's November 8th. Let's make this national cultural misappropriation day. Cheer up, people. It does feel like a cold civil war right now. Feels that way. There's division between us, but presidents don't unite and presidents don't divide. We divide ourselves. Jesus divides us. Romans 12, 49 to 56. I think. Luke 12, 49 to 56. I'm sorry. But like I said, God has an amazing way of showing up. And don't forget that. Don't forget that. Spread the love, spread the joy, spread the hope. Our hope is in Jesus Christ, not President Trump. And keep praying. Thanks for watching. This is Carlin K.